welcome to That's Dope, the podcast where we talk about dope things. My name is Godswill, and we have co-host Josh, and this is like the fourth or fifth time that we've redone this, and the third time we've redone this intro, because we're smart. Man, dude, like it's been a lot to get to this point right here, you know, like a lot of heartache, a lot of money, a lot of everything just to get this podcast going again.
Time invested, man. We've recorded so many episodes and not released them. Remember the Star Wars episode 7? Remember? We've had so many episodes come out in the last couple years. We have not released them because we're trying to make sure that our content comes out clean, like crisp.
Exactly, like, because I mean, no one wants to listen to a janky podcast, you know? I mean, it's possible to put it out, you know, it's not too hard just to record a thing. Luckily, you can just use your Apple headphones or whatever, but,
yeah,
you know, I'm trying to be legit, I'm trying to be out there.
Perfectionist.
Exactly, like, you know, but we're gonna make it happen. I believe in this. I believe that we got what it takes, and I believe that this is gonna be a fun project for everybody, you know, the fans to listen to this and for us to make this. And yeah, that's gonna be a good time. Like, we're hoping to have it go so much further than this, you know, hoping to do video eventually, hoping to have fans beyond this, hoping to do a lot more with this. So
a lot of brainstorming goes into this because at this point we had to be real with ourselves, and like there's so many people who do podcasts. Like that's just the first thing you know about podcasts is there's a lot of them out there. So if we're gonna do it, we gotta make sure that it's 100% us and it's the way we want it to be correct. On top of that, we gotta make sure that we're not there's got to be a reason people listen to us. Why people would care in the first place. So we had to brainstorm and come up with ideas of what we were going to do with the podcast. Not just talk, but who we're going to talk to, what we're going to bring around, other events we're doing, things like that. So now we've got everything sorted out. Godswill, and we went through, a couple different people who worked with us, and none of them were bad by any means. They were all great people. And we still hang out with them today.
But they got lives.
I'm saying lives, and we can't pay them.
No.
Let's be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just dropping hundreds on people. So
unfortunately, not yet.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where we, you know, they were going through college. Godzilla was getting new jobs. He's going through his doctorate for a little bit.
My master's.
I'm sorry. Ooh, doctorate.
I'm not that smart yet.
He's still kind of stupid.
I know, right?
So he's getting his master's done, and I had my own life I was taking care of. So I mean, it's just we're at a point now where I feel like we're both a lot further along in life.
I feel a lot more mature. I feel a lot better. And I mean, even just this podcast, keeping it to this podcast. Like, I didn't want to be an editor of this podcast. You know, at least I didn't want to look at Adobe Audition. I didn't want to go through all that. I'm like, I'm not a sound guy. I was like, can I just have someone do it? Now I actually feel like, okay, I need to get invested. I need to do this because I want this podcast to succeed. I need to watch the YouTube videos and read the guides and do all that crap, you know. Buy the, like, Black Friday, I went splurge and just got so much crap.
We got some good equipment. We're not even using it right now because he forgot one cord. But we've got some nice equipment we're about to start using on this next episode. So I'm excited about this.
Yes. So, so for people who are new to the podcast, this is a podcast where we talk about dope things that are dope to us pretty much, and hopefully dope to you guys. And, you know, if not something that's dope to us, hopefully become dope because you guys talk to us about it. So, you know, that might be video games, anime, that might be movies and music, might be politics and what's going on in the world. You know, just maybe like different facets of culture because we were talking to someone and they talk to us about what their lives is, you know.
Exactly. Like, and our thing is, like, we're only two people. So the way we look at it is, I have things that I'm good at. Like, I do my thing, you know, whatever it might be. I'm doing my thing. Godswill has his aspects of life that he's really, you know, known about and what he does. We only get to live one life, right? So we might as well try to expand into other people's worlds so we can figure out more. Because the way Godswill looks at life is different than the way I look at life. Because, of course, we're surrounded by different people. We do different things. So if we can get someone else in here, every time we're going to try to bring somebody else on, and we'll go into their facet of life. And then we can explore what they're into. And doing that, I feel like us as the hosts and you guys as the viewers, we can all learn something. And we become a lot more knowledgeable of everything. Because there's things I just don't understand. And I'm really excited about those podcasts, bringing those people on to ask them those questions. Like, yo, why this? Why you do this, man? Like, what is this about?
It's going to be a good time. Like, it's going to be like a mixed bag that I think a lot of people can get into. And we're going to learn. We try to have good discussions. Like, it's something that's different than like a lot of the internet, you know, like where they like to like blast people. We try to ask the other perspective. This
is a discussion. We're not trying to fight nobody here. We're definitely just trying to enjoy each other's company and figure out life together. If we can combine our worlds somehow, or at least,
make it a dope world, honestly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, let's do it.
I think we gotta make we should have little stickers, dope world.
Dope world, yeah.
Change the whole name of the podcast now. We gotta restart.
Man, but yeah, no, seriously, that's perfectly well said, and definitely hope you guys enjoy this podcast. So let's get into it. So, do we want to talk about our lives? I guess it's been a while.
We can skim it real quick.
Yeah. So
y'all get to know us eventually, but let's go into it.
Yeah. I mean, lives recently.
Okay.
Not like who we are. Or, you'll find that throughout the whole time we do.
We're planning on for a while.
But yeah, because we tried doing this podcast last year, 2017. Hopefully I don't date myself and we don't do another episode and we try to release this next year, right? But, we tried to do this podcast 2017, and then just a lot of movement was happening. I was moving around trying to finish up classes. Just trying to get
it was hectic.
Yeah, get a good spot and work. 2017 was just brutal overall, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
Where it was just painful for most everybody, politically or just individual lives or whatever's going on. Just 2017 wasn't really that good for a lot of us. And then now you started getting back into your fights. Although that was good. That was a good thing that you did.
That was a big thing for 2017. Got my first fight back in because I had been out of the game for 3 years or so. And I had been just doing little events and stuff like that. And this is good that I'm back in it and now I'm full force. I'm timing my things out every 3 months. I want to get a fight, especially since I don't take too much damage. So hopefully I'll be in and out. I can get these fights accumulated and go back to being a pro again.
There we go.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's good life.
That's what's up. I honestly, you did. So far he's done 2 fights. The first fight wrecked it. Is super easy. Let's go. Second fight,
ill practice.
Yeah,
and that's a lesson learned.
Yes.
You gotta be in there. You gotta put the work in. Not that I don't want to make it seem like I don't put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to believe that I put work in,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I recognized in myself that it was just. Again, it was a lot of hectic stuff. I just got a new job, and everyone knows how that is.
Yeah.
New job, new place to live. It's hard to focus.
Yeah.
So I was
going on.
Yeah. You coming home tired, and you're just like, man, I'm good enough to where I'll slide by. And that's not what happened. I dropped the ball. So for me, it's a learning experience. Hats off to the guy, RJ, I believe his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to him. He did great. He did what he needed to do to win that fight.
Yeah.
And I didn't do what I needed to do. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So in order to fix this, we talked to a couple people and we straightened everything out. We're good to go. So next fight, hopefully we'll be streaming that. You guys should be able to see that, and you'll see 100% of what I'm capable of doing.
That's what's up. And I like that mindset. One thing I was most worried about. As it happened was you being down and out. I was very worried about that, but I don't feel like I don't need to do that. You have a good head on your shoulders and you back into it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
So it's good. And then me in my life, what happened? Just a lot of trying to climb up the ladder at Funimation. I went to Africa to see my family for most of my family, extended family, lives there. And it was my first time going back since I was 12. Now I'm 26. So yeah, long
Jeez.
time, right? Yeah, right. And so I was getting ready for that for a long time. And I moved back to my mom's house because plane tickets to Africa are $2,500 each. Yeah, right. And I promised I would get myself and my sister's tickets because my mom wanted to do some charity stuff for Africa. And it's just drama, And then my mom was also dealing with some divorce stuff still, unfortunately.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I haven't seen this dude's dad since I've met him.
Yeah, have you met my dad?
She's still dealing with a divorce?
Bro, dude,
wow.
It's a cluster, man. I don't know. I'm gonna get into that one day. It's still complicated to talk about.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, my family's dysfunctional.
I know. I haven't seen this man since I've met Godswill, and he's still dealing with with money and so. Okay.
Right. Exactly. So
people linger.
Just trying to live life. It's just whatever, right? So
2018 though, new year.
Exactly.
No girls, dog. No women involved.
That's the roughest thing right now. It's also the funny thing right now. I'm doing Lent, although I'm not Catholic, or I cut out porn and alcohol. and then no girls are coming anyways.
This is an honest podcast.
Yeah, right. We keep it real. We curse. We say everything that's coming to our minds, and it is your chance to leave if it bothers you, right? I thought this was a Christian podcast. Oh my goodness, but
man,
right? But yeah, like, so it's a struggle right now. It's been a little stressful, as you can imagine, but I mean, right, but you know, honestly, life is really good for the most part.
It's cleaning itself up. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's really cool just from a scientific standpoint. We're 25 now, we're 26.
Yeah.
So now our brains are fully developed.
Yeah. Oh.
So now we know what the fuck we're talking about to an extent.
Maybe. Right, before 25, when we were 25, it was like, what's going on? Now we're 26. Knowledge.
Everything makes sense.
I understand everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure by the time we're 30, we're gonna be like, man, we didn't know shit back then.
I know, right?
Same thing.
You know, honestly, I want that. I want to continuously grow. I want to keep on. Like, I was listening to Forever Young, or Young Forever. What's the Jay-Z song? Young Forever, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And, you know, like, at first, that song was sad to me, but now it's like, you know, it's pretty happy. Like, where it's like, yeah, I want to keep on with this sort of youthfulness, you know, or sort of spirit, but at the same time, like, be, you know, still be constantly growing, you know. I don't want to be you know that question, like, where it's like, would you want to go back to being like 12?
Oh,
or like
yeah.
Whatever. I'm like, no, I don't want to go back to being 12. Being 12 sucked, you know. Even with all, like, even if I had all the knowledge now, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. You know, I like where I'm at now. If I could stay this age forever, yes.
It'd be lit.
Oh man, yeah, right. But
I'd rule the world, man. I'd get I'd be like unlimited, like, especially as a fighter goes, like having unlimited age. Jesus, man,
my.
Just unlimited time to get better,
right?
And just keep honing everything,
right.
Just like tighten that stuff up. But
yeah, it's staying, like, at least staying at this age that we're at right now, I'm pretty happy.
It's pretty cool.
Life is good. Like, I'm happy that we've made it here. Just able this freedom, honestly, to do what I want to do, to go where I want to go. You know, if I say I want to go to California, I can do that, right?
Yeah. My first road trip was with you. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, legit road trip. Like, it was Florida. We went to Florida. We went to Louisiana at one point. Mm-hmm. For the Mardi Gras stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that was
some dope shit.
Life is just really good overall, you know?
Right, dude. The stories, man. Mm-hmm. I walked into a club with a fishbowl full of alcohol,
bro.
And they didn't catch me. I was like, what?
Like, is that really a thing that New Orleans people do? But apparently so. So if any New Orleans listeners like hit us up about this, like, I would love to know what your life is about. But yeah, it was just a good time. Like, it was me, you, and Sam, right?
Sam was that was New Orleans.
Was it raining when we went or no?
It was muggy out.
Okay,
but I mean, Mardi Gras, we didn't care. It was nighttime, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that was a good time. I don't think I was drinking at that time, because I do a weird thing where I stop drinking and I come back to drink, and then, you know, I plan it out. Like,
it's like a discipline thing. He's trying to work himself.
Yeah. Like, someone asked me, like, why do I do that? And she told me, like, she does the opposite, or she's hedonistic because, you know, she's just, you know, she goes through a lot of pain. So where she can lift it up, she lifts it up. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. For me, I feel like life is really good overall, but I don't want to spiral down, you know, like to you know, like if shit was to hit the fan, then I can bounce back.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's an extremely important quality to have. And I'm actually teaching a couple people, like, this kind of segues into there. Mm-hmm. I'm teaching a couple people how to grapple right now. Grappling being like wrestler, jiu-jitsu, stuff that doesn't involve striking.
Yeah.
So not boxing or anything like that. It's the other aspect of fighting, groundwork. So I'm teaching a couple girls how to do that right now. And we're actually getting them ready for a tournament. And Godswill might compete in that tournament too.
Yeah, my hopes.
We'll see.
I need to get back in the training.
Video coming soon. Yeah. But I mean, there's a thing that comes with being a fighter that I believe, especially the ones that had to work their way up there. There's certain people who like feel like martial artists, and there's some people who just brawl. And brawlers do tend, like, I'm not going to be unrealistic. Sometimes brawlers get far, or they get decently far, but there's like a ceiling for them. When you don't understand what you're doing, when you're just going out there and swinging, you can only go so far before people start catching on, and the skill level gets too high for you. But people who dedicate themselves to the martial arts, there's like a lot of discipline that goes into this, because these guys have seen me do my weight cuts.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like for this last fight, he had to cut 26 pounds in 20 days.
24 days?
Yeah, it was like 26 pounds, right? And this guy's already muscly. Like he's I don't really see the fat on him.
There wasn't a lot of fat on me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So
I dropped that weight, and I mean, it's one of those things where it's like there's a lot of discipline that goes into this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of time that you have to take out of your day because like I'm not getting paid to train.
No.
And I think people always forget that. Like it's not just me going out there and fight. Like I'm training constantly, and between work and then going and hitting the gym and working on my speed or working my cardio, working my strength or working my technique, there's a lot of things, different aspects to this that you have to work on to get to where you want to be. But the good thing about this is like as a fighter, and I've noticed a lot of times the better fighters are people who have calloused their minds a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I say callous their minds, I'm talking about what Godswill was saying earlier, where he does things to make life a little bit harder for himself so that when things do hit the fan, he's okay.
Yeah.
For me, and this isn't like a sad story, but growing up wasn't the easiest thing. Like I did have loving parents. Don't get me wrong. My parents are great. They're still both alive. I'm blessed to have them. But outside of that family life, outside of that, things weren't very easy. Like I was completely aware that I wasn't as well off as most kids. I remember my grandma my grandma told me to eat the ants in my cereal because we weren't about to throw them away. There was ants in my cereal, and she's like, "It's protein." I swear, I'm not playing. And I ate the ants in my cereal because we could not afford to throw that stuff away.
Wow.
And that was just normal stuff. Like it wasn't uncharacteristic of her to say something like that.
Yeah.
Because she just got it. She's from the islands. My parents are, they're both from different islands. But I mean, just growing up, it was never just like. It was never silver spoon fed type stuff.
Yeah.
So coming into being a fighter, people always ask me questions like, "How do you feel about getting hit?" That stuff is so temporary to me. Like it doesn't even bother me. Like honestly, getting hit's not a thing to me. Like I just recently, like we were talking about earlier, I recently just lost my fight, and if I was a softer person, in a sense of
stopped you, yeah,
I would have been broken up. I would have been crying. But life hits you like that, man. Like this is how things work, and. It's when you really get hit, and not just physically, like metaphorically. When you really get hit with something in life, and you roll through it, that's I feel what shows character. That's what shows maturity. Because
character really isn't like when everything is easy and
exactly.
It's like when something bad happened.
How do you deal?
Exactly. I mean, like even like the bad thing could be like, oh, a waiter, is getting yelled at or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. What do you do? Like, what's your character at that point? Do you step in or do you ignore it?
Oh, and the waiter's messing up your food.
Yeah, right.
We see that a lot. That's like a big designator for a lot of people, especially when they're dating. How the person you're dating or you're on this date with treats the waiter. Yeah. Because honestly, I'm kind of picky about that because like I understand someone's here to serve us for this time period. Someone's here serving us. If you're shitty to the servants, like...
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
when everything is good.
I'm saying, man, things aren't bad right now. I'm about to pay for your food. Right. And you're throwing attitude at somebody? Like, that's not a good sign already.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, I mean, it can only go down. Like, you can't make this person happy. Most likely. Maybe
the threshold or the set point for happiness for them is going to be a lot higher.
Exactly.
Because, like, for me, you can put me outside and give me a sleeping bag and, like... I'd say a couple blankets. But I mean, I'd be okay. Yeah. I'd be like, hey, at least I'm, all right.
Yeah. You're alive and we can bounce back.
Got a job. Yeah. I'm chilling. Yeah. I'll fight my mentality would be like to work through this. And I'm really not trying to talk out my ass. I'm sorry if y'all feel that way, but honestly, there's a lot of situations where you can tell some people just can't. They won't deal. Yeah. They won't, or they refuse to deal with it. Like they feel like they're above the struggle of life. Yeah. Life in general life doesn't very often get easier. Yeah. Life is a lot of times, life hits you with things and you deal with them and you make it easier. Yes. That's how it works. I mean, some people are born, they're blessed and they get to, their parents have made it easier for them. Yeah. But a lot of times
their life is just all like cruise, right? But yeah, honestly, for the most part, for most of us, it's going to be hard. Like where there's a lot of ups and downs and it's like, so how do you go through it? And that's why, like, I try to train myself to become that, to be ready for whatever happens. Because I could lose my job, like, and, the status and fame that I'm hoping to have, goes all away, right? But who am I as a person? Am I my job? Or am I, the person who got this job somehow, right?
Yeah, because you're going to be all right. As long as you bounce back, someone's going to want you.
Exactly. And that's what I'm hoping for. And, I mean, it's like a fear of mine. Because also, like, I got to think about, like, being son of Nigerian immigrants. But both my parents still constantly ask, not constantly, like luckily don't bother me too much about it, but every now and then they'll ask me, hey, you gonna go back to medical school? Go back to medical school, right? Like I'm like, I love what I'm doing right now, you know?
Right.
They don't really care. Like they care. They care like what I'm doing. They care that I'm happy, I'm making money. But they're like, hey, this is temporary and we don't understand what you do. Cartoons, whatever, right?
Right.
But medicine, everyone needs medicine. And hey, we can tell our family that you're a doctor, you know? And, you know, my parents didn't support me, like, getting here. And a fear of mine is, like, if I fail here, what's going to happen to me, you know? Like will my parents be like, ha, we told you, right?
Ooh.
Right? Like, that always sort of bothers me. Like,
I know a lot of y'all, like, your parents wouldn't say that. You don't know African parents.
Yeah, right? You know what I'm talking about. African parents are hard, man. Like they leave me now because I'm making money, but they're hard. Like, you know, like, I mean, I appreciate that. That hardness, I feel like, has made me who I am to, like, get to where I am right now, you know? Like, I appreciate the hardness, although I would like if there's more love, but no, it's cool. But like, you know, but it definitely makes me wonder like how I'm gonna treat my kids. I'm gonna be a little harder.
There's a mix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna be like very nice, but like stern. At least that's why I plan to. And I don't know what life's gonna do for me, but I'm glad that I went through the hardness because, you know, life, you know, is sort of dysfunctional. As you heard, Josh, like a little bit. And me, you know, my past a little bit. It's a little tough, and yeah, like I'm not gonna let my current situation determine who I am, but I'm gonna try to constantly build up to what I'm hoping to be. So, yeah. And I mean, that's also one reason like we do this podcast too. I mean, to learn with people and try to become better people, but also I guess to sort of showcase that, you know, to sort of to constantly build up ourselves, you know, like to guard against. Exactly.
We're gonna hear some crazy stuff, and I'm excited about it because again, we already have an episode or so recorded prior to this, but I mean, like, already we know what it's about, and we asked some good questions. I feel like we asked some good questions, like questions that most people would be a little bit scared to ask.
Yeah,
we're taking the veil off the table. Like, we're just gonna say what we want.
Yeah,
and I mean, if you're here, hopefully we're already friends. That's why I look at it. Like, hopefully you understand that we're friends when we're here. We're not trying to attack you.
Yeah,
I'm legitimately asking questions.
And I think that's a good way to look at it, you know? Like, I don't think we should try to be so defensive all the time. Unfortunately, the internet, it is just so easy to be defensive and to have your own
you want to draw conclusions about people. Yeah,
very much so, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, for example, like, I love the anime community and, like, the cosplay community, right? Like I love it. Like, I cosplay myself. I haven't done it in a while, but, you know, I try to have fun with it and just go with it. But unfortunately, like, that can be an echo chamber of, like, where we in that community think like, oh, we know everything, we're so progressive, but at the same time not really asking questions and thinking of other perspectives too. And of course other communities and groups do all that too, you know. That cosplay was just the one that I just thought of.
Yeah,
the
one that came to my mind immediately was like the left-wing ideology that well, not, I guess not their ideology, but there's like this left-wing idea,
a theme probably.
Yeah, it's like where they have this thing where the radical left-wing, you'll see this thing where you gotta respect, and I'm not saying you shouldn't respect, but you've gotta be on eggshells with everything you say around genders, around
race,
around whatever it is. Like, you have to be like tiptoeing around everything, and I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I understand keeping your mind open.
Yes,
I understand. You know, if someone asks you a question, or someone says something like, hey, like, if I say he and she wanted to refer to you as a she, then I'm like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. But to, like, crucify you because you did that.
Yeah.
Especially, like, when it wasn't out of malice.
Because the thing is, and exactly, I feel like this is, again, we've talked about this before, but it's all out of intention.
Yeah.
What your intention is when you did something is how I take it most of the time. If you weren't intentionally saying something rude to me, then okay, we can talk about it. But to just get mad, we're not trying to be here for that.
Yeah.
I want to learn shit.
Yeah.
So we actually had an episode. I don't know if we're going to release this one, but we had one way back in the day where we did the Furry Convention.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting because I was excited. I was hyped because I had no idea. I don't
even know where that one is, to be honest. Like, I don't know where that would be, to be honest.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
But it was funny because I was on a date at the time, and I took the girl. I was like, hey, I was like, you want to get out of here? Because I'm trying to go to this convention thing. She's like, what kind? And I was like, it's for a podcast. Let me start with that.
Right.
Like,
because we had some friends that were going to this convention, and I've never been. Now we sound pretty suspect, but it doesn't matter, right? But we went to this, and it was fun. We talked to people.
We were curious.
Trying to understand the world, and they were more than happy to talk with us and just be real with us. And honestly, it took away like the fear and like the sort of stigma out of it. Like just people having fun, not what people do in the bedroom. I don't know.
That's a whole different. That's called something else. Mm-hmm. I found out like there's like a furry thing. Okay, so there's furries, right? People who dress up as animals. Yeah. Then there's a thing where it's like I think it's like 18% of those people do the weird. I don't want to say weird. They do the sexual stuff. I'm not gonna label them like that, but it's like they do that. So it's like a different community. Yeah.
I think that's fair. Like for me, as long as you're not hurting people, as long as you're not.
Like we danced, didn't we go there and start dancing in the ballroom?
So, yeah, we danced with them. Yeah.
I think we did.
It was fun. Like I had a good time. Like as long as you just like move past it, right?
Yeah, it's like they're people. They're people. They go home and they play video games. They go home, they watch TV.
Yeah, and then this is something that they do for fun. Just so someone might tune up cars.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, I can talk to this person about the Colbert Report. Yeah. Or I can talk to them about just news and shit. Like we're just chilling. Like, oh yeah, man, I don't like. They're just people. Yeah. I feel like people always want to like put people in boxes. Yeah. If they can't put you in a box, they get confused and they back off away from you. Yeah. It's like the Columbus syndrome where if they don't understand you, they're scared of you and they don't want to be around you. Uh-huh. If I don't understand, like I said, let's find a common ground and let's talk it out. Let's hash it out. Yeah, yep. There's no reason to put you in a box. You're a furry. I don't want to associate with you. You're a nerd. I don't want to do this. That's ridiculous. Yeah. These guys. If I can, I want to go into that.
Go ahead, yeah.
These guys specifically, they were. Remember us talking to them. We had a camera crew on them. It was kind of a lot, probably, because Neil was rolling through there with the camera heavy. But
he was doing it.
Yeah, essentially the guy. What I got the gist of that night was one of the guys was saying a lot of the people there, they were in the military, they were ex-military, and they had hard lives, like they had hard upbringings. Yeah. It was a brony convention.
Brony, yeah.
Brony, right, not furry. It was bronies. Bronies being the people who are really into My Little Pony.
There were some furries that were bronies, but yeah.
They mix. Mm-hmm. Yeah. they interracial and stuff. Nah, but there was he was saying a lot of people who watched that My Little Pony, it was like grown-ass men there, like 40s. Grown-ass dude, tattoos and everything, and they were just like, the guy that we got to talk to, who was really nice about it, he was just like, yeah, man, a lot of people, they were in the military, or they had, we'll say they had hard upbringings, whatever it might have been. Life had just been beating their ass. Yeah. And something about this show, because if you didn't know, My Little Pony was made by the same person who made Dexters Lab. Yeah. And Powerpuff Girls.
Or yeah, like a writer that was on that, right? Like, now I don't think it was Jendi Tartarsky, but like one of the people that was associated with
I guess don't quote me on that, but
we'll figure it out. Yeah,
it was the gist of that situation. So, there's really lighthearted stuff. Yeah, and it makes you feel a certain type of way. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but when you were kids, if you watched a real scary movie, and then it was late at night, you had to watch something nice to like clean that out of your brain real quick. Yeah. So like, if I was just watched it like back in the '90s, I was like petrified, and I was like, better find Johnny Bravo, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta find something to watch to chill me out, and put me back in a good place. Yeah. Well, you gotta put it like this: these people, especially guys who came from the military and guys who got beat by their parents or whatever traumatic experience they had, their life is that dark movie. Like, there is no escaping that. Jeez. So what they do is for this convention or whatever it is, they find people who enjoy this show. And this show is just lighthearted and makes them feel like it's clean their palate. And they hang out and they chill and they vibe with each other. And they're just people. But then they get crucified by public, opinion.
I mean, like that goes to like a bigger discussion about like, I guess, like animation overall, like where people just slower look at the surface and like that. I used to watch cartoons as a kid. That's for kids because cartoons are for kids. And it's like, no, you got to understand, like, you can learn, first of all, you can learn something from everything. Yeah. And then second of all, like animation, we're talking about anime or cartoons or whatever, like you can learn a lot. I mean, think about like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That show is lit.
Oh my gosh, one of the best of all time, right? Anime, cartoon, I don't know. I like it as both, right? But like, this show like is very powerful. Like, whereas like, yeah, it was showed on Nickelodeon. Yeah, it's technically for kids, but it dealt with death.
Adult themes, man.
It did, exactly. It dealt.
Is it here?
Yeah.
His name was Zahir, right?
Here? What do you
Zahar?
Zahir? Oh, yeah. Zahir, yeah. In the Korra, right? Legend of Korra.
Yeah, Legend of Korra. If you haven't seen that, the fourth, I guess it's the third and the fourth season.
I believe, yeah.
That's one of my favorite villains of all time, man.
He was hard.
I probably liked him more than any other character in the show.
So Korra, like, was good.
Korra was alright. She's kind of annoying.
Okay, Korra herself, like, she's definitely no Aang, but Legend of Korra had very much ups and downs, not because of what it was, but because of the situations around it. But Zahir, or I think his name's Zahir. It's been a while since I've seen that. I need to rewatch it, but Zahir was hardcore because
and he had some really good, like, he had good points.
Yeah, good points for, like, why he was a villain. You know, like, he was a very multifaceted villain, like, where he's not like, I'm gonna steal the rubies.
Yeah, this ain't no Dr. Robotnik bullshit.
Right, exactly,
I'm trying to steal the emeralds, take over the world.
Yeah, it had a really good storyline and really good motivations for why he became a technical bad guy, although he was killing people. And I mean, like, if anything, it was his motivations. And, it's just like Black Panther, but we're talking about animation right now. But right. But animation, anime, cartoons, whatever, has a lot of offerings, and people shouldn't just look at it for cartoons, or because the colors are so bright, or because it's My Little Ponies is for girls, like, who are 7 years old. There's something that can be learned from everything, There's I mean, there's a reason why Dragon Ball Z is still such a force.
That's a straight cartoon. I don't care if you say, well, it's popular. Everyone knows that it's a cartoon. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's a cartoon. People are still watching it to this day. Actually, there's a guy in the UFC right now. I can say his name. He didn't really fuck. Rashad Coulter. You can watch his fights right now. He's in the UFC. He's a heavyweight. Rashad, he helped me out a lot because he's actually the one that got me into boxing originally. He brought me over with Tony Mack and all them, and that was a cool point in my life. But Rashad, I was talking to him when I was younger. I was 22, 23, and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, he's like, I got to cut the weight, and then when I cut my weight, because he's in MMA now, he's in the UFC, so it's like, he'll talk about cutting weight, and he's like, as soon as I put that IV in my arm, he's like, because he wants to get his fluids back in. And IV is something that you get, you directly put into your veins, and you get all your vitamins back. And he's like, man, as soon as I get that IV, I feel like Vegeta. And he started going out, and he was just like, and I was like, it surprised me at the time, because I was like, Rashad?
Right. You're talking about anime,
this dude right here, this big swole, whatever we want to call him, but I mean, that's it. Like, everyone's just, we're just kids. You know what I mean? Like, we're all just people who had childhoods, and now we're where we're at now. Yeah.
I feel like our generation is very interesting for sure for that. I mean, I remember growing up and thinking like, I have to stop playing video games and stop watching cartoons and anime because that's what adults do. And, I'm just so happy that I never had to, or like, I don't have to. In fact, this is my job, where it's talking about cartoons, anime. I'm using it interchangeably right now just to make a point. I can hear the people screaming, I'm like, anime's not cartoons, right? Cartoon drawn
medium.
Right, exactly, right. Right. Video games.
Oh, I make comics too. Drawn mediums make comics. Yeah. Drawn movie mediums. Right?
There we go, right? I'm not an art director. I don't know things. Right? But I thought I would have to quit these things, and I'm so happy that I don't have to. And in fact, it's actually being more embraced and more in society. It's exciting, man. Like, Star Wars is like the multi-billion-dollar thing, right? People are talking about not Marvel. Just like Marvel, Black Panther, right? No one thought that Black Panther
broke a bunch of records, didn't it?
It broke $1 billion this like a few weekends ago, I believe. Yeah, a weekend or two ago.
That's nerd culture. I don't care what y'all think. Yeah, Black Panther was a comic. Yeah, it's nerd culture. I believe it came out early 70s. Early 70s or late 60s. I want to say early 70s. Yeah. But that was a big deal.
And then when Michael B. Jordan is like, I like anime. Not everyone likes anime, right?
Oh, not everyone about anime, huh?
Right? And then you're all about anime. And a few days ago from this recording, Drake is like, I play Fortnite. He did a Twitch stream. Like a Fortnite. This video game is pretty niche, I would say. Free game.
It's a free game. It's real easy.
Still, it's not a game that everyone's talking about. It's not Call of Duty. Maybe it might
this is like a cartoony looking game.
You're right, exactly.
But Drake was on there with Juju, and they were playing with one of the streamers on Twitch. Got a bunch of views, but Drake's okay. Yeah, Drake is kind of nice with the shotgun. I'm gonna be honest.
That's not something I would expect.
But he was chilling. And the thing is, the cool thing about Drake on Fortnite when you hear him play, he's a nice dude when he's. I mean, the rap persona is one thing, but like him as himself, like he reminds you of you start talking to him like. When you hear him talk, it sounds like he's just a dude you'd hang out with. He just seems chill. He's like, oh, yeah.
And that's what's up. I mean, one thing I like about this nerd culture stuff like if you take it the right way, it really humanizes you. I think it's just having fun being.
I was on Fortnite with Kim Jong-un just yet. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
I don't know.
It doesn't humanize you that much.
Maybe, right? I mean, you never know.
You still could be a bad person. Like it's very possible.
Right. This nerd stuff, like it's really cool, and I'm happy that these famous people are getting into it. Kim Kardashian, like that was a crazy thing. She said she dyed her hair pink, and she said her inspiration for doing it was an anime that's coming out this season called Darling in the Franxx. And I don't expect many people to know about that show. It's from the guys who made like Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill.
That's Godswill's like niche.
Yeah, right.
He loves that. He loves Gurren Lagann.
Oh my god, second favorite anime.
But there's a lot of people who really love that anime. I've met a bunch.
For me, maybe it's my favorite because it came out at the right time for me.
Right.
I still love it though. It brings me to tears like almost all the time. But
I think it's a good show.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. Okay, I was worried that you wouldn't like it, but Kim Kardashian said her inspiration for doing her hair was from an anime character this current season of anime, which is ridiculous. Like, a lot of people are like, she's fake. I'm like, I don't care if she's fake or not. She said an anime that came out this season.
We vibing.
Exactly.
We hanging out this weekend.
Right? I mean, hey, right? That'd
we
be
chilling
sick.
That'd
be sick one day, right?
I mean, but you gotta look at who she's married to, though.
Kanye.
Kanye West is an anime advocate. That boy loves anime.
I love that. Like, I love Kanye before, and now he's, if he really brought his wife into it, sweet. Or she got into it herself, sweet. I don't care. Like if she's a fake geek girl and she just said she saw something on the internet somehow. I don't know
what he said. It was on Twitter. Yeah, a long time ago. He said something about
Akira.
Akira. He really loves Akira. And if you haven't seen Akira, it's Akira.
Yeah.
It's a movie. You better be ready.
From the 80s.
That's because the 80s anime are gritty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
I wouldn't say start with that one.
If you haven't watched anime, don't start there. Like there's a lot of good stuff that's coming out this season that I would say. My Hero Academia is a great season.
Yeah.
I think for like new and veteran people. I love My Hero. I've read the manga for it, and it still nearly brought me to tears sometimes. I work out to the music of it. It wasn't a really good show to tell people to watch.
Oh, to start off?
Yeah.
Starter anime, man.
I wouldn't tell someone to watch Dragon Ball Z, honestly.
No, that's not anime.
Yeah. It's cartoons, right?
That's cartoons, boy.
Right. Full Metal Alchemist is, I think.
Brotherhood, I heard, is better.
I would say, if you have time, watch both.
Hey, if you really about it, if you about that life, hit that Attack on Titan season 1.
I say too. Like that's a good show. Like
Psychopath season 1.
Psychopath.
I would say honestly,
I like both seasons.
Yeah, I think season 1's better
for sure. Season 1's way better, but
if you watch Psychopath, I can't see why you wouldn't. If you watch CSI. You could like Psychopath.
If you like Minority Report, it's pretty much Minority Report.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you ever watch Mindhunter on Netflix, it's about psychopaths and how their brains work. Watch Psychopaths.
Yeah.
Because they have a representation of a psychopath in there that is so I feel it's so spot on. I love going into the psychology of things, and he didn't do any red flags. I was watching a show on Netflix recently called The End of the Fucking World.
Yeah. And how was that show, by the way?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. Because I just see the trailers for it, and I'm just like, I don't know. There's too much for me to watch anyway, so I don't know.
I'm gonna hit this real quick, and
go back.
It's gonna be a slight spoiler, but. So just fast forward 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But essentially, in the show, the kid calls himself a psychopath at the beginning of the show. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be an interesting movie for me. Like, I enjoy this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And as I was watching the show, I was realizing, I'm like, this kid's not a psychopath. Oh, this sounds like terrible writing. And I started getting bothered.
Yeah.
Because this is not what a psychopath is.
Yeah.
But then I think it was 3/4 of the way through the show, he says himself, he's like, I guess I'm not a psychopath. And I was like, oh, the show is amazing. Like, I was back on page. Because at first I was like, this isn't right.
Yeah, right.
And I was just bothered, intensely.
No, I can agree with that. Like, shows that don't stick to their own rules, or like whatever it is, movies, shows, whatever. If you don't stick to your own rules, like one reason I hated La La Land, or not hated it was a solid movie. But one reason I didn't like La La Land, because they like, we're a musical, and they stopped singing. They stopped singing halfway through the movie. I'm like, what? And people are like, well, that's just their mindset. No, you don't stop. What type of musical stop singing? Like,
Godswill looks really mad at
maybe you don't like musicals. No, like, I wouldn't, like, I knew this was a musical beforehand. Like, it made me
back in my day,
it put me in
the Grease Boys sang the whole damn song.
They did, right? And it just put me in a bad mood that it almost won Best Picture. Because I was about to see Moonlight, and then I saw La La Land.
I saw La La Land. I don't even know what Moonlight is.
It's just such a white movie. Like, I was just like, ugh.
I like both the actors in there too. I like
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling's cool.
Emma Stone.
And Emma Stone's dope. The movie was like, it was long. That was the thing to me. The movie was just, my attention span doesn't last that long.
For me, like, I mean, you saw Black Panther though, right?
Yeah, Black Panther.
Did that feel long to you?
I don't remember.
Because that's like the longest Marvel movie, and like for me, like I felt like that was like well paced.
That was fine. I think that was very well paced.
Yeah,
Thor movies put me to sleep.
Yeah, Thor movies are the weakest, I think.
Yeah. Thor needs to get the fuck out of here with that. That nonsense plot. Like,
yeah, I'm just here like, I guess whatever.
All right, man, hit him with the hammer. Let's move on.
right, man.
All these weak side characters that you don't care about.
Right. Like I was about to say a spoiler, but like, screw it. I'll say like a spoiler for Black Panther. If you haven't seen Black Panther by now, you're probably racist. But no. But you know what? They have Loki come back all the time, right? And I guess Loki's the best thing of Thor. I guess.
Yeah, he's probably the most popular character.
Right. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's cool. But Killmonger, man. Like at first, I wasn't sad when he died. I was like, that's a pretty baller death, you know? But then I was like, wait, he would have been a cool recurring character. But, you know, I'm sort of happy that they killed off. It's sort of that grittiness, that realness. Like, whereas, like, you had the balls to kill off someone who was cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Because in real life, when conflict happens, someone's going to die, especially with something like that.
Exactly. So, especially like when you start a civil war, you usually don't.
It's not going to be buddies afterwards.
Yeah, you know, like, oh, we're just going to go back to jail. Or, you know, take me to jail, Joker, right? Like, right? Like, it's just like, what? No, you kill the Joker after, like, the second time that he comes out of jail like that, you know? Like, either accidentally or on purpose. Like, you know, like, you don't take him back to jail and they continue to do mass murder.
Yeah.
Right? No. You know, like, although, like, because, you know, Joker's your best character, right? You're probably going to kill him, but...
Can't kill him off.
You could. Riot. You probably could, though. I mean, like, real life is like, for example, like, I'm thinking about, like, My Hero Academia, right? Mm-hmm. You get rid of one villain, right? But then another villain comes up because they're either trying to copy a villain or they have their own... Yeah, or they have, like, their own mentality, you know, because there's so many people in the world, right? I mean...
The Joker's, no one actually knows his name, really.
No.
I don't remember. I think I know his story. He has a couple stories.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he... Man, that guy was screwed. But I mean, if you killed him off, he has such a relationship with Batman at this point, and with the fans. Yeah. The Joker being that iconic character, he's probably the biggest DC villain there is.
Yeah,
I can't think of another one that because you have Lex Luthor, but if you go up to a rent a girl in the club and you say the Joker, they know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, they probably do, but they, you know, been a while since they watched Superman, right? So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're talking about even Superman versus Batman versus Superman, that movie.
Yeah,
I didn't watch.
Ain't no talking about that movie. I didn't watch that movie.
I didn't watch Suicide Squad. I actually haven't seen any DC movie since Man of Steel.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good,
right? Man. Yeah, because I'm just like, I don't want to waste my time. But
like, do you want to waste a Saturday night right now?
No. Yeah, like there's so much to do overall.
Yeah, honestly, we're saying that, and literally what we did last night was we just sat there and played Overwatch all night.
I'm happy to do that. I like playing Overwatch.
I'm saying sometimes that's better than wasting your time watching a DC movie.
Very much so. Like it's like sometimes I do feel like, oh, this is a waste of time, especially like when you lose, like we did.
Oh yeah.
like Overwatch. Okay, like one thing about Overwatch that I really do enjoy. Like it's a fun game. I didn't think I would have this much fun with it. You know, I thought like, oh, Team Fortress 2, but you have to pay money for it. Why would I want to do that, right?
Yeah.
And you can't unlock new weapons or you can't do things. Somehow it is one of the most fun games I've been playing for. So much characters. Yeah, like they haven't even like really done like a story mode. But
they said I actually saw a video. They were saying they might be adding that in. I'm not sure, but I mean. Usually when you see the buzz on the internet, it follows up a little bit after that.
Oh my goodness, that'd be so great. Because honestly, like, just a little bit that Blizzard has been doing gets me hype. You know, the anime.
I'm waiting for the McCree movie. When is that coming out?
You know, honestly, I was just thinking about that. I was so tired. How come they haven't done
I'm so tired of getting played. McCree needs love, man.
Let's do another Tracer video. Yay!
I don't care. I don't even like Tracer's character.
Yeah,
she's kind of too spunky for me.
Yeah, yeah. Like I liked her in that Widowmaker video. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
that was cool
when they killed the monk dude.
Yeah. Was it Zenyatta? No, it was a different.
It wasn't Zenyatta. It was I forgot his name.
But yeah, some other guy.
Some other guy going for peace. It was like the Martin Luther.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, I remember when the game came out, like it was, I saw the trailer, the trailer with the little kid and Reinhardt and Reaper and all them.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm gonna play
Wait, Reinhardt?
Yeah, Reinhardt was in there, I believe.
Really? I haven't seen that one then. Like, are you talking about the one where they're like in the museum?
Yeah. Was Reinhardt not? It was Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw Reinhardt and I was like, I'm gonna play Reinhardt. I'm gonna do Reinhardt things. And then I got the game.
Yeah, you never.
I haven't touched Reinhardt not one time.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen you play Reinhardt.
I'm saying, man, like, there's so many characters to pick from.
Yeah, like I love it. Like, the best thing about it is trying to understand all the characters. I think, like, some people just want to stick to one character and they think they're the best character.
Yeah, man.
You're not that good as Widow. Please switch, right?
I mean,
right? Switch as Genji or whatever. Like, it's just like, but the strength of the game is the team. Like, one thing I say about this game is, like, this is like socialism versus capitalism, For example, like Call of Duty, right? Most of the game modes are kill the most people or just keep killing people.
Deathmatch,
yeah, right? Even like sabotage is like kill people. Capture the flag, kill people, right? And you can win the game by yourself. Like, for example, like Modern Warfare 2, you just kill a 25 people win streak, and you won the game. You got the nuclear strike. Whoa! It didn't matter. Teamwork did not matter at all, right? You can do whatever you want.
You can sit in the corner and get the 25 kills.
Exactly, right? You can do whatever you want to game the game, and you win. But this game, no, you have to be a team. If you try to go out get kills, it's not gonna work. Even if you are that good of a person, well, unless you're like Grandmaster playing against like silvers and bronzes, I don't know.
That happens, yeah. I've seen games where it's like Grandmaster versus Golds or something like that.
But even then, it's not easy for them because it's about the teamwork, and also usually it's about them. Okay. Oh, really? Okay.
It looks pretty.
I'm wrong. I'm incorrect. But usually it's like crap. Like, I remember watching one where it was like Grandmasters versus bronzes, 6 bronzes versus 3 Grandmasters, and they said like they were having a hard time still too. Because, like, it's like, if it wasn't for the team, like, it's just them trying to stay alive.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And it can be hard. But just what I'm saying overall is, like, it's about the team, right? And then, like, it's not about, like, getting the new gun that's gonna have the armor piercing and, like, will kill you in one shot, You're going to Kimbo, or whatever, like the martyrdom. All right, all that crap. But honestly, it's just about getting another skin. And somehow that matters,
It's all about the ranking. I feel like for me, it's like,
I like the ranking too.
It's little satisfaction.
Yeah.
Rankings do everything for me. If you want to get me playing a game, you give me because I'm a competitive person.
Me too.
That's where most of my decisions in life come from being competitive.
Yeah, I think me too, honestly.
Yeah, I realized that. Like, I'm like, if you give me a reason to play, and so I can say I'm better than that guy.
Yeah. That's why I think that's why I do the trophies. Like, because I try to get trophies, like, or all the achievements in the game. And, I play games that, like, I'm like, man, dude, I'm just so done with this. But if I can get that trophy, that does not matter. Although it sort of does matter with Sony Rewards. You can get some money back if you do your trophies. But, yeah, legit. If you get, like, 10 platinums, that counts as $10.
Oh, shit.
I know, right?
I know,
I know, right? Like, it just happened recently. But, dude, but I was doing trophies before that anyways. And I was like, for me, it's a badge of honor. Like, it doesn't matter at all. But I'm so proud of myself for doing it, for sticking out with a game that, like, doesn't matter, a game that's hurt me so much, like Grand Theft Auto 4. I'll never get that.
Grand Theft Auto 5, baby.
I love Grand Theft Auto 5. In fact, I played that with some of the voice actors here.
Oh yeah. He plays with the voice of
Yusuke.
Yeah. That's my favorite character,
about, dude. Like, he's all about it. Like, and like, he's even themed a lot of his stuff based off the anime characters he's done. He's secret, so I can't tell you like his identity online. But like he's level 280, I believe, in Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
How high does it go?
I think it goes up like as high as you want, but like, it's hard to get levels after 100 for sure.
Jesus Christ,
bro! Like,
man.
he has like all the properties. Like, he filled up like all of his garages with cars. He has like an American garage, like does American cars, like an Italian.
So what is he playing now? What is it?
All he does is play Grand Theft Auto 5.
What does he do?
He just does missions, like, especially because also Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out with new missions every now and then.
Okay.
Like some new heists and stuff. And he just does that, and he has fun doing it. Like, that's his thing. Because I legit was like, hey, you want to play other games? He's like, nah, I'm cool. I like Grand Theft Auto. Because also he's played every Grand Theft Auto, like 1, 2, 3. Like, yeah, he played a top-down one.
5 was fucking dope.
It is though.
5 is the first one I played all the way through because I missed out on the San Andreas stuff. I missed out on all that. I remember the games because
really, it was the first one you played.
Fully,
wow.
Like fully
okay,
played.
Yeah. I mean, San Andreas is hard to play all the way.
Man, there's a lot of people who had those games when we were kids, and I didn't have that. Like, I didn't have those systems.
Yeah.
So when I had my 360, I started playing GTA 5, and the story mode was fucking phenomenal, man.
It's really good.
And I think if I remember that story mode, that game, that nerd culture game, that thing came out to more. It was more expensive to create that game than it was for a blockbuster
movie. Yeah.
Like, that's how much it went into that game.
Yeah.
And it came out and it showed. Because, like, when people would ask me that, you're like, what movies have you watched recently? I was like, Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, that was the best movie of the year.
Oh, man.
Like, fuck everything else.
Hey, what about that Metal Gear Solid 4, though, right?
Arkham City came out that year, too. That was a high one. Arkham City was dope. But GTA 5, those characters.
Man, sorry to interrupt you, but
ahead,
Arkham City, man.
Arkham City was litty.
Oh my god!
I wanted that Nightwing DLC. I never got it.
Yeah,
I was sad.
I wish that they were in the game. You know, like, I wish you could play as Robin and Nightwing in the story mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you only just play as Batman, but which is cool. It's great, you know.
Yeah.
But Arkham City, I'll never forget this moment. There's 2 moments I had with Arkham City that, like, I feel like sort of changed my life. One, it was cold outside, it's sleeting, and this one girl called me up. She's like, "Hey, you want to keep each other warm?" And I was like, "No, I'm playing Arkham City."
Damn.
Hung up on her. I was so happy. I was like, Arkham City is so great to me. You know?
Nah, y'all can, I completely understand. Sometimes, like, this nerd shit does have a line where we cross.
True.
And
True.
I remember this girl I had started talking to back when I was working as a bouncer at this hookah lounge. And this girl, she was like a social media something or other, and she was up there.
Yeah.
I remember she showed interest in me for some reason. I don't know why. Still to this day, I don't know why. Her friends came to me like, "Yo, man, she's trying to talk to you." I was like, "All right." Got a number. Boom. I'm in, right? Like, we all of a sudden we chill and we're going. I'm going to like TWU to hang out with her over in Denton. Yeah. It was cool. She would call me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I just started my League of Legends fix.
No.
I just started that hoe. And I was in there playing, and she was like, she'd call me, and I'd be like, yeah, I had the phone on speaker, and I'll just be playing my game. And she'd be like, "Do you want me to call you back later?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be nice." You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I hit that like 3 times before she finally called me and was like, "You know what? This isn't working out."
Oh.
And I was like, "Damn, all right." And, I just moved on my life.
Right.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, when it happens, you're laughing about it with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, ha ha, yeah.
And then you look
whatever.
back on it and you're like, oh.
And you're like, damn.
What have I done?
Yeah,
that happens to me all the time. You know that happens to me all the time. I told you all these stories. One day I'm gonna tell all you guys these stories. That happened to me semi-recently. Like F.
Oh yeah.
F called me, or I called her.
F is her alias.
Yeah, she knows who she is.
Relax, bro. She used a different letter. I don't know why that's so obvious.
I know, right?
F.
Okay, I'm gonna erase all that. Just
let her
screw it. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. So, right?
You can't claim to be real and then you're erasing footage.
Right? Yeah, that's true. Everything. You guys are hearing most everything. I'm probably gonna erase some things, but
that's fine.
Yeah, but she was calling me, or I called her, but I was playing Destiny and playing online, and honestly, Destiny 2 isn't that great, but. I just was so distracted. She was telling me about her trip to Europe and, like every cool thing she was doing. And I was just sort of like, just like half there. And that sucked. And I was like, crap, I should stop playing Destiny because Destiny 2 doesn't matter anyways. Part of the comp that you were talking about, it doesn't matter. Like, you can win a game, you can lose a game. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't, like, the rewards are just for playing a game. Yeah,
just leveling up.
But yeah, there's no real point to do anything in Destiny 2. Anyways, whatever. It's whatever. And
Destiny, for the people who don't know, Destiny 2 is like made by the Halo people. It's like their new baby.
Yeah, Bungie.
It got pretty big for a while. It's kind of dying off.
I don't think anyone's talking about it, but maybe it'll come back. Maybe they're doing something for it. I don't know. I stopped playing it. But also I was going to tell you my second story with Arkham City. The second time that like Arkham City was just like amazing to me, I remember like towards the end of the game, where like everything has gone to hell. You know, like everyone is riding in the streets, and the helicopters are just blowing things up. And I was just looking with my camera, and the music was going, and then I'm like, my city needs me. I am the night. And I just dove down.
I'm saying, bro, that game made you feel like it's so good at making you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, dude.
When it wants you to feel that way, and with Arkham, like I remember just swooping down and grabbing dudes and hanging them upside down and stuff. Like you felt badass. You felt like you were just like legit on your incognito shit. I don't know. The game was dope.
I love that game, man, dude. Like
Origins fell flat to me.
Yeah, I didn't play it.
So. Origins was meh.
Yeah, I didn't play it, man.
But yeah, get off the topic. I'm sorry. That's just us. Like I was gonna say, he's probably gonna edit some of this out, but that's a lot of video games for us. That's just kind of part of what we do. I mean, I don't get to do a lot of video games anymore. Most of my games are just
Overwatch.
It's just Overwatch, really. I'd love to get into other games, but it's just like it would take away from my training.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're not kids anymore.
Unfortunately,
the good idea about that though is there's a silver lining in not being kids anymore.
Yeah.
The way life works, the way I've seen it work, and from what I've heard from other people is. At this point, we were kids before, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we are now adults. And we can tell we're adults because we're doing our jobs. We're doing our jobs, and we're looking toward career paths. We're doing what makes us happy. But essentially, we're becoming parts of society, right? When we're done with this part of our life, we can go back to being kids if we did this part of our lives correctly. And that's the way I like to look at it. So it's kids, adults, kids again. So for us, because like nothing's worse than seeing like an old child.
Yeah.
Like you've met people who they'll be 20, 29, they're 30, women, guys, and they act like they're at the club, they're hanging out, they're acting like they're 16 still.
Yeah.
And when you were 16 or when you were 22, that was cute.
Yeah.
Like that girl was cute when she was 22. Like, oh, she like twerking, whatever.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like that's cute when you're 22.
Yeah. But to keep on doing that.
Now that you're 30, you're not 22 anymore.
Yeah, right.
Now you just look stupid.
You're right.
And that's ugly. That's like a Benjamin Button thing. Like, no one wants like old babies. You know what I mean? Like, so you can't be making the same mistakes you were doing when you were 22 or 23. Yeah. It's time to grow up. And I think people are scared of that. Get that Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah.
No one wants to get old. Don't want to be in that Neverland forever. You got to. So if you want to be a kid again, like, you got to go through this adult phase. If you do it right, you'll have time to be a kid again at the end. Then we can start going back. Like, my big dream is, I remember my Saturday mornings when I wasn't working, because even as a kid I was working all the time, but like when my dad didn't get me out of bed early to go do whatever the fuck I had to do, construction or whatever, I was just like, I wanted to stay home and I wanted to watch, TV or Foxbox or whatever. I'm saying, and like, I remember some days I would sit home, especially during the summer when I knew I would have time to sit home and do nothing. Play Wind Waker when it first came out, or Majora's Mask when it first came out, and I would just sit there all day. Sonic Adventure 2 battle all day, and I would be chilling. And that wouldn't work because of course I got social life. Yeah. But back then, no car. I was a kid. Yeah. My big dream is when I get older. Well, I want to fight. I want to become the best at what I do. Get enough money to go buy a big ass house, and then just chill with my friends again. Yeah. Just like have my friends over and be like, hey, let's do nothing today. Y'all coming over to do nothing? Yeah. You know what I mean? And essentially we're reverting back to what we were before, but that's when the stress was the lowest. And that's why we want to go back to that a lot of times. Some people, they have other things they plan on, but like, regardless if you just want to do nothing like I do and just play video games, or if you want to go paint, or if you want to go dancing, it's the same thing. You just want to be able to enjoy yourself and not work so much. Well, you have to work now, though. You have to settle down and grind into this and get that work done. Yeah. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. But no, I think that's great. For me, I want to do it like through, like, have a steady stream. Like, definitely, like, I'm always down to taper it back, like sometimes that's what life calls for, sometimes you gotta be an adult and you can't have fun, like when I was doing my masters, it's not a chance to have fun as much as I like to, but now I'm done with that and I have more time. I'm gonna have more fun. Like weird thing, this whole year I go to work and I work hard for sure, but then when I go home, I'm just turn on the video games. I'm just like, yes, this is great. Yeah, like the only thing I need is a chick. But someone to keep me warm. But it's whatever. But
it's not an advertisement.
I know, right? Oh, damn, right, right. But if they made it this far, then they're about it. But right, but like I want to keep a steady stream throughout my life of doing this. Like I want to keep on having fun, keep on having the friends, keep on having fun. Of course, doing the work, doing the important things, and helping out the world if like how I can. But at the same time, still having the fun. Like I like doing like the parties. The blanket fort parties. Where we just reversed. Yeah.
About parties, God was a big part of us, our friend group being able to stick together. I say friend group, we're very diverse and we're all over the place now. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's a big part of us having social lives outside of this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times like I have to be thankful because I see people on Facebook all the time where they'll be saying
sad
stuff.
Moment.
Yeah, anyone doing anything tonight? And no one responds. And you know what I mean?
Right,
and I'm like, there's a lot
or
of
they respond to you for like some fake reason, like yeah.
And I'm just like, or the girl who thinks she's got friends, but it's just a bunch of dudes trying to whatever. So I'm just like, for me, I remember I was throwing a party after my fights, and I sat there with my friend, and I was like, hey, like me and my friend Christine, we're sitting there, we're trying to make a list of people that I trust. I was like, I only want people who I know have my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
At this party.
Yeah.
Came up with 34 people.
That's really good.
I was like, hold up, like maybe they don't have my best interest.
Yeah, right.
Like I gotta cut some people.
Test, right? Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the truth, though. I mean, and I feel the same way too. I feel very blessed. I feel like life is really good. There are like tough things. There's some things that make me sad and whatever, right? And the world is going to hell in many different ways in many different parts of the world. But I think what we're trying to do overall with this podcast is also make the world a better place in how we can, just sort of
how you view other sides of the world.
Exactly. And, help people have some fun, us have some fun, hopefully do some good things with this. Who knows? Yeah. This is the beginning of us doing this. And, honestly, this has been like a really good conversation. We've gone for an hour. Now, this is legit like 1 hour and 20 seconds right now.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, right? This is really good. But yeah, thanks for listening. Like, this has been a really good podcast. Honestly, I could continue this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but we won't.
Yes.
What we'll do is we'll tell you that next podcast. Well, we'll see how this works out. But then when we do bring people on, what he was saying about making the world a better place is like, we're definitely going to bring people on that are in a different walk of life than you.
Yeah.
So if you hear them out and you hear what they're talking about, I mean, you might learn a lot of stuff, honestly. And hopefully we will too. And we'll keep building on our knowledge into the point where we're perfect beings.
Yeah.
And I was like,
right. But, one day, perfect cell, right?
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you guys so very much. Please like our stuff, share our stuff out, tell your friends about this, and comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Let us know what you're thinking, have discussions and debates with us. And, maybe we'll have you on the podcast too. We're hoping to do maybe like Google Hangouts or whatever the hell in the future as we get better and we keep on growing.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're local, we might have you on, just, hang out with us.
You guys are our blood. If you guys aren't liking us, we're not moving forward.
Nope, exactly. And also, we just want to hear from you guys and know what we should keep doing, what we shouldn't. We might listen to, we might not. Who knows, right? Right? And, just have a good time with it. Like, I think this is really good overall stuff. So thank you guys very much for joining us and for being a part of this podcast. Like this, we're hoping to keep on doing this. Any last words you want to say?
I mean, be happy.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Go to work.
Oh.
Take care of your family.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
I like that. Right? Very nice stuff. For me, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate my life so far. There's tough parts, but it's really good. Stay dope. Peace.